You know who's been surprising the hell out of me? Church folk, religious folks. Like, they have been flooding my DMs with love and support and Bible verses that back what I do. Like, I was fully banking on my popularity to be based on the fact that my name was going to be in multiple prayer circles at once. Like, what am I do now? In all seriousness, to every open-minded person out there, thank you. Stopping by to have a spot of tea with your favorite astrologer, me, 7D. Oh, let's get into some astrology, shall we? Oh, wait, but I have like more than one video on YouTube now, so I'm a big deal. And because of that, you gotta hit the subscribe button. You gotta hit the notification bell, man, just so that you know when I'm putting out something new. In all seriousness, I can't be a big deal if I am a Black astrologer, okay? Social media algorithms do not like me. Shadow banning loves me. Let me climb down off of my soapbox. Birth charts! What are they? Birth charts contain the cheat codes to life, okay? That's why they're way more important than your sun sign. So if you're waiting on me to do a video for your sun sign, you're gonna miss out on so many things that will help you through this thing we call life, man. And I get it, okay? It's just easier understanding your sun sign than putting in the calculations into some birth chart calculator, and then it spits out this round thing full of symbols and vernacular and vocabulary that you've never heard of before, and you're just like, what in the CW is this? But there are so many things that are waiting to help you overcome obstacles, to do your soul's purpose, give you more understanding or overstanding. I know my esoteric folk are out there. What's up? I see you watching. I probably just lost y'all doing all that, but come back. No, come back. No, I was just joking. There are real practical things that are in your birth chart that will help give more insight to who you are and why you're here. So let me give you a basic tour of the birth chart. Let's start with what is a birth chart. A birth chart is a snapshot of the sky the moment you came out of that magical portal called your mother's vagina. There are multiple theories on what the birth chart is, but my favorite theory of all is that before you got here, you mapped out this entire thing that you're living right now. You made sure that you had a map to look back at in order to keep you on track. When somebody is doing a birth chart interpretation, like me, I am really just interpreting back to you what you put in motion before you got here on Earth. So if you look in the sky, there are constellations everywhere, okay? But there are 12 constellations that make up the Zodiac, okay? Those stick figures that look like they've been drawn by a 2-year-old of like a bull, a lion, a ram. Those are the constellations that make up the Zodiac. So that's what you're looking at when you're looking at your birth chart. Every Zodiac sign is represented by every constellation. And that circle up there is the circle you see on your birth chart. That brings us to houses. What are houses? So each slice that you see in that circle pie that pops out when you put in your birth information is a house. And a house represents each area of life. So there are houses that represent your relationships, your career, your ancestry, your mental health, your friends, your neighborhood, your elementary school, your university, your college, your religion. Each house has significations that represent each part of our lives. Now, there are multiple house systems, And there are different reasons why that they have the house systems that they do. I am going to talk about the whole sign house system. None of the house systems are wrong. None of them. Okay? For me, I use the whole sign house system because it resonates with my soul and my spirit, so that when I do interpretations, I have a better flow or an ease when I'm giving you information about you. So I wanted to give you that information so that you can do your own research and do what is best for you. If you put something into a birth chart calculator, more than likely it's going to give you a Placidus house system. And again, there is nothing wrong with using that. But I use a whole sign house system. That takes each house and lines it up perfectly with each zodiac sign. So each slice is 30 degrees times 12 equals 360 degrees, which is a circle. You're probably asking, how do the zodiac signs get assigned to a certain house? How does Leo get matched in the 12th house? Or how did you get a 9th house in Aries? It's all based on your rising sign. Your rising sign, which is also called your ascendant, is the sign that was rising in the east when you were born. The ascendant is constantly changing. It changes approximately every 2 hours. So right now, the rising sign that's in the sky while I'm recording this could be Gemini. But in 2 more hours, it's going to be Cancer. 2 more hours after that, it'll be Leo. That's why it's super important to have an accurate birth time when you're trying to get a birth chart reading. This rising sign is going to be your first house. The first house will then match up the rest of the houses according to the rest of the signs. So if you are a Scorpio rising, that means that your first house is Scorpio. Your second house will be Sagittarius. Your third house will be Capricorn. Your fourth house will be Aquarius, so on and so forth until you get to your 12th house, which will be Libra, and that will be your entire house system or your birth chart. Why is this even important? I know that you hear often, you need to know about your sun sign, you need to know about your moon sign, and you need to know about your rising sign. And if you're talking to certain astrologers will say that your rising sign is way more important than your sun sign. And I'm one of those astrologers, just to put it out there. So why is your rising sign important? Well, there are multiple reasons why it's significant and important. I know you have met another person who has had your sun sign. It feels like you and them have nothing in common. Nothing in common at all. There are multiple reasons why that could be. And one of the major things that it could be is that your rising signs are different. For example, I am a Virgo sun. There are plenty of Virgo suns out there because we're awesome. Ava DuVernay and I both have Virgo suns. And if we were to sit down and have a conversation over some drinks, sure, we would have a lot of cool times because our sun, our identity, our intention when it comes to this life are similar. But our experiences in life will be different. I am a Virgo rising and she is a Capricorn rising. So her childhood experiences will not be the same as my childhood experiences. It would completely be different because her fourth house is in Aries. My fourth house is in Sagittarius. So the childhood that she had and experienced may have been a little bit more full of conflict than mine. However, if I were to sit down and talk to Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, who is a Libra sun, but is also a Virgo rising like me, we would have way more similar conversations and experiences. Our conversation would be off the chain. So Donald Glover, if you're listening, I just want to have dinner with you. Can I just pick your brain, please? You're a genius. And I can further prove this by just explaining to you that I am a military brat. I was born on an Air Force base, and so was he. Both of our fathers were in the Air Force, which means we moved around. And he was brought up as a Jehovah's Witness. My mom and dad were both pastors of a church. So both of us having parents that were in the military, both of us traveling a lot because of the military, and both of us having deeply zealous parents who were into their religion is a similar experience that we both share because we're both Virgo risings. It doesn't matter that his son is in Libra and mine is in Virgo. It matters because our houses, which the fourth house represents your ancestry, it represents your roots, it represents your upbringing, your childhood. We have similar experiences because both of our fourth house is in Sagittarius. Does that make sense? The 10th house in a Virgo rising's chart would be Gemini. And Gemini is known for having multiple aliases and having multiple skills. They're like the jack of all trades. There's nobody else on this planet who can really embody that like Childish Gambino / Donald Glover, okay? He's a great stand-up comedian. He's an amazing director, an awesome actor, an amazing producer, a great rapper. I wouldn't say his dance moves are dope, but I feel like we have the same ones. Like, you know what I mean? Ooh, 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 tell somebody, you gonna tell somebody. So I threw a lot of things at you. I want it to be a really fresh, short video just to give you the summary of why there are so many zodiac signs in your birth chart, why you need to pay attention to all of them. Not just pay attention to them, find out where they are according to the houses that you have in your birth chart. I'm going to do another video that breaks down the houses in astrology because that is probably the biggest question that I get from folks who really want to dive into their own charts. They're just like, I don't understand this house thing. What's that about? But I will give you this nugget. The first, fourth, seventh, and 10th houses are the most significant and powerful houses in your birth chart. Knowing just those four will change a lot on how you see yourself and this life that you're living. Just a quick rundown. The first house is going to represent you. It's going to represent your body, how you see the world. So if you have Sagittarius in your first house, you're probably a little bit more optimistic, and you also have a real hunger and zest to travel and see the world and experience as much experiences that you can experience. If you are a Leo rising, you have a little bit more bold and audaciousness to you. You confront the world with all of who you are in the most authentic way, but you could be a little self-centered. Leo risings have some really amazing hair, okay? The first house deals with you, your appearance, and how you look at the world. The fourth house I already told you guys about, but it's basically the roots of who you are. If you're a tree, that's the roots. That's where you find what your roots are all about. Seventh house deals with your relationships, like the serious ones, serious relationships. It can also be a business partner, or you can find like your clients here. Your 10th house deals with your authority figures, your inner authority, as well as your career and reputation. Just knowing the style that is being influenced over those topics, whether it be something like Libra, a Libra 10th house is going to deal with something that is beautiful and stylish, man. Maybe you're a mediator of some sort, definitely going to be social. If you have a Libra in the fourth house, maybe you had an upbringing where you know who you are and how you presented yourself to the world was something that was important. That style and clothes and maybe even art was a big thing coming up. You were the mediator amongst a lot of your family. Maybe you are still the mediator. You just want to choke people out because you're tired of that. You're tired of that role. Okay, I get it. Maybe you have Cancer in your 7th house. You're looking for a mothering and nurturing relationship partner. Aquarius in your 7th house. which means you're looking for a partnership that is unconventional. You don't want to play by society's rules. There's a lot of things that can come together when you have what the house represents, the style, which is the zodiac sign that is also in that house. That plus that equals a long list of things that it can represent. So I hope that you have fun with that. I hope you have fun with that equation. And coming to you soon, you will see a video where we break down those houses a little bit more. And maybe we'll deal with some planets too, because the planets also have like a whole thing to them, girl. So yes, the signs are important. Yes, the houses are important, but the planets are also super important. Hopefully that's enough to get you started. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me on Instagram or on TikTok or even here in the comment section. I love the comment section. So if you comment, I will see it and I will reply. So I can't wait to meet you guys there. And just thank you for stopping by. And that's the T. 17.